So true.
And froze on me last night, I couldn't get a thing, so Darius.
All right.
How to Google it to get it confirmed. I said, yes.
What version is
We
yours?
are.
Oh, I don't
We're gonna
Real good.
circle up. Yeah. We're just gonna have like
Yeah.
a little small group session.
What are they on 17?
And all of that kind of stuff, and maybe next month we'll make it a little bit earlier in the day, so that, and then you can stay after for class or something like that, so.
Yeah, I feel bad not having class.
I don't. I need that break.
Your body needs just as much rest as it
No, I
needs
think
fitness.
that's.
I know.
It's my recovery day.
And there's, kind of like we had talked about when we sat down earlier, like there are common misconceptions that we got fed a lot in the late 70s through the 80s and through the 90s of what counts and what doesn't, what we deserve versus what we need versus just very, very, very pointed nutritional misconceptions of what our body deserves versus what it needs. And that's from a movement and a nutrition perspective. And so for all of us that are especially 40 and above, I feel like you kind of have, your generation has, or your decade, it's probably not even generation, has like halvesies. Because I've met a lot of people your age that got none of it, and then I've still met a lot of people your age that had a lot of it from just a common eating disorder or disordered belief system. So like the clean your plate mentality. You know, when we go through and we sort of extrapolate that and where it came from, it's very much a byproduct of the Great Depression. And that you better eat what's on your plate because that was literally the only food that was.
Because there are starving people in China.
There you go.
You know, I mean, we can argue there's starving. On Robinson Drive, where we literally just moved from, we just found a homeless encampment that is being built in the woods in between the Saves Animal Hospital and the road right there.
Oh,
There are
really?
3 gentlemen that have been living there for about a month.
Oh, wow.
And there is a increasingly larger and larger homeless population in Fayette County, which
Yeah.
is literally unheard of until recently.
Yeah.
Because everybody's rent's going up.
Yeah. I like to live.
You know, but it's like places where that used to be literally unheard of, or it was like, that only happens here, that only happens here, that only happens here. Now there's literal proof that it's down the road kind of thing, which I get. While at the same time, even coming out of the Great Depression, I mean, that was the most affluent period of time ever in history. And a year or two before that, people were eating sardines and crackers, and that was literally all you had to eat. And you know, now it's the instantaneousness of it, whereas when we were kids, the only people that were delivering were pizza. And what year was it that it became 30 minutes or less and you got it for free kind of thing, right? What's up, Brian?
You
Want to join our support
So
group?
say, yeah, what's going on here?
It's just the group coaching meeting for shredding season, which you refused to participate in.
I know.
Hey! So, all that to say is,
What meeting is this? Ladies meeting?
the shredding season coaching.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I know. I wasn't aware.
You got emails about it. I texted in the group earlier.
There's a group?
Well, like on
The Facebook group.
Oh, I think
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, my bad.
I got a neck on anyways, that's fine.
You're good. All that to say is that there could be things mentally coming up for each of you that are a little bit different through this process. And when those things come up, especially when it is self-judgment related or even self-shaming related, I want you to feel okay to be in a place to be curious with yourself about it and ask where you feel like that's coming from. If it's an I feel bad for not doing a workout, okay, take me one step deeper through that, and why is it not okay to not work out, right? If it's a day. Now, does everybody have the tendency to potentially spiral? Sure. If one day becomes 7 and then 7 becomes 30, great. Let's have a conversation, because there's potentially something deeper going on where you're blocking yourself, or maybe something catastrophic happened, like you got in a car accident. Not that we're, asking for those kinds of things. But if you can, if when you get real with yourself and you ask yourself the question, like, why aren't I okay with that? If your thought bubble immediately goes to, and I'll use myself as a great personal example, because after I had Riley, I lost 80 pounds. So I was, 208? 204, 208, leaving the hospital after having the baby. And it took me 14 and a half months to lose all of my weight after that. And after that, it was a very long and arduous mental process for myself to not have that type of fear that if I eat a piece, because throughout that process, the majority of that process involved me eating 0 sweets at all whatsoever as a self-proclaimed sweetsaholic. Ooh, pretty flowers.
Exactly.
So I can 100% empathize where we all have those potential feelings of like, if I eat a cookie, I'm gonna wake up and weigh 280 pounds again. There is that rational portion of our brain that realizes that is not possible. Like in no cookie ever is there gonna be enough calories for you to gain 80 pounds from one. But from the mentality that a lot of us have grown up with from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, that got drilled into us, so it's a little bit harder to come back off of, okay? But I would challenge you to ask deeper questions, like, why do I feel like that's true for me? Where do I feel like this could go one step deeper and potentially spiral out of control, if that's where you think that could go, right? So it's almost it's a mindfulness exercise, but in a different way than it would be navigating a buffet at a holiday or what holiday is coming up, Memorial Day or something like that, or even going and doing something like a Mother's Day, where my experiences with Mother's Day are gigantic smorgasbords worth of food, very similar to a Christmas or a Thanksgiving, that require that level of give and take from an awareness standpoint in terms of, okay, what do I feel like I absolutely have to have fun with today from a food perspective, and what could I take or leave because it doesn't bother me at all. I think you and I have had a conversation about that of like, there's gonna be those things that I never gravitate towards, so it's kind of like meh, if those show up at a party, I don't care, kind of thing. But then there's those things too where we all gravitate towards, and you're like, heck yeah, I'm having some of that. And how do we allow ourselves freedom there, but then having kind of, Elsa, to your point about the workout thing, of me being okay with a half of a cup of portion of that, or even a whole cup of a portion of that, versus like a pint of a portion of that or a half gallon portion of that, right? It's kind of like, can I be okay with 2 or 3 Oreos versus the entire sleeve of Oreos? Okay?
I had
Or
to ask
even
Coach
like-
Nick, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, or even like you mess up, or not mess up, that's kind of.
Yeah,
thing
I
right
always
there.
say
You
But
mess up.
how have we been conditioned to assume that that's what it is?
Like,
Absolutely.
if you do something like that for, lunch, and then you're like, screw it, I just messed up, so I'm gonna just have dessert for supper too, or whatever, you're.
And that's how you
Elsa, I
start.
want you to tell the group what you told me when we sat down the other week.
I forgot, what did I say?
You said almost that exact same thing. We were looking number one, to make sure that she was tracking accurately and everything, but she was like, oh yeah, I didn't track that day because I messed up, and so I just didn't track the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of
that's
thing.
like this past weekend, like, they don't cook. So, we went out, like, almost every meal, finally I cooked on Sunday before I left, and it was just like, I can't track this, so I just didn't.
Okay, but where does that, so give me an example of a place where you went that you didn't think you could track from an eating out perspective.
Well, I could kind of try, I went to, Billy's Barbecue and Beer.
Okay, so number one, our first question is, if it comes to tracking it or not tracking it, is this a restaurant chain? Or is this a mom and pop, like, hole in the wall place?
This was a mom.
Which that one very much was. Bill's Barbecue and Beer, I like it.
For a baby shower, no less.
Oh, we did that on
I mean, no,
t-shirt.
not a baby shower, it was a baby's first birthday.
Oh,
It was baby's
okay.
birthday.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it was funny adults.
I mean, let's be honest, a first birthday is, thank God nobody died over the last year.
Yes.
Fantastic, let's go.
So it was all fried appetizers, you know,
Okay,
fried mushrooms, fried pickles, fried, you know, wings, right, you know, everything was just like, so I got a salad, a side salad,
awesome.
and I got a hamburger.
Okay. I can
So-
guarantee you that side salad and hamburger both exist in your tracking app.
Yeah.
And so that's absolutely the way to go there.
Yeah.
Because, and I think we talked about this a little bit in the kickoff meeting, but there is an inherent margin of error to tracking in general.
Yeah.
Right? Because, oh yeah, we did talk briefly about this, because I made everybody turn around and look at all the leaves on the tree. Right? And when the leaves are in more light, they have more nutrients, and when leaves are in less light, they have less nutrients. So yes, there's gonna, I mean, if you go to Fuddruckers and get a burger, it's gonna look different than you go to Beef O'Brady's and get a burger, or if you go wherever. And so yes, we're talking, there requires a little bit of guesswork when it comes to the size of the burger.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of options. You can use your eyeballs and guess. And if you don't trust that, then you can ask the server, like, hey, how many ounces is this patty? Because they should know, because they're getting it from a supplier and it's coming out of a box where they all, you know, weigh the same kind of thing. And the box should probably have it on there. At that particular establishment, the servers may be like educated on something like that, they may not be. So in that situation, use your best judgment, because in that kind of a scenario, when you're on vacation, Sig was in Bali for the entire spring break week, and she was like, I don't know if I should do this because I'm gonna be out of town for the whole weekend. I was like, you know what, the food in Bali is way better than the food in America. You do you, it's all gonna be fresh, it's all gonna be amazing. The portion sizes are gonna be far more controlled than they would be in an American situation. Go and enjoy yourself, because I can guarantee you, you're gonna, I mean, outside of maybe alcohol. Yeah, I mean, like, okay. You're gonna come back from that kind of a trip, or let's say even when you went to Egypt or wherever, better than you would if you were vacationing anywhere in the northern Americas, Canada, whatever kind of stuff. Actually, one of my clients texted me this morning, she's in Paris for 2 weeks with her husband. And she said, good morning from Paris. Lots of gluten issues here in the United States. And her exact phrasing was, the last few days have been gluten palooza. And she has had exactly this many digestive issues, where it's extremely significant, extremely quickly here in the States. Number one, if you're gonna be in France for 2 weeks, we want to experience all the cheese. We want to experience the pain de chocolats and all of the amazing things. Diets don't matter, experiences matter. Because Holly will be the first person to tell you that she still regrets her trip to Italy when she was a vegetarian.
Aww.
And that was long
Years
ago, like
ago.
30 years
No,
ago or
or
something like that, maybe even
She's
longer.
still thinking about it.
She's still thinking.
She's still bitter about it,
I
100%.
would be too though.
That is the precise moment that you realize that your diet is too strict. Okay, especially when it comes to experiential stuff like that. Now, if it's some random weekend, kid's first birthday, the experience of the first birthday matters way more than the food. But let's say you wanted to have some fried mushrooms or some fried pickles or a fried Oreo or a fried Trinkie or whatever else that they have, right? Then you get 2 of them versus 12 of them. And you say, okay, well, a mushroom is a vegetable, which is great. It has an amazing protein content, which is great. Is it fried? Meh. Okay, sure. We've got 3 steps forward, 1 step back from a fried perspective. As long as I manage my portion size, I have other meals on the backside of this where I can rebalance myself, get more vegetables, get more fiber, get more protein and all of those kinds of things where I can experience this and be present here. Because this also is not one of those scenarios where I would say, dude, just bring your own food.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. If this were the case of a very serious or severe food allergy kind of perspective, 100%. But none of us are dealing with that kind of thing. And so we sort of have to learn that ebb and flow that turns this into a real life experience that I can do forever versus a hardcore, I'm gonna be able to hang on to this for 12 weeks and then it's gonna fall right back to old habits kind of stuff, right? I mean, in a scenario where you're eating out 90% of the time, we've also got to look at that's 3 days of your life versus 3 weeks of your life versus 3 years of your life versus 3 decades of your life. There's absolutely nothing that you can possibly do in 3 days that's going to unwind the consistency of habits over time of 3 months instead, kind of stuff, right? Say again?
So I just wanna know how everybody's doing, like, with this challenge.
Yeah.
Like, I wanna hear from the people. Like, how
Well,
y'all doing?
I would like to say, I felt like, kinda like what Kim was saying. That's why I asked Coach Nate, what's a good amount of time? How many days per week is it okay to work out? Because it's been 4 years and honestly, I don't miss any days unless I'm like in a flare or some stuff. So I've been coming Monday through Friday and I'm actually feeling it now, but I felt like I needed to come and do more to build more muscles because I felt like I needed to do that for the recomposition. And he said more is not always better. He said recovery is, and he said, and I know Dana has told you several times, he had me to list it. I said nutrition, de-stress, and rest. He said, well, there you go. He said, you might need to do a split, but I would not tell you to come every day of the week if your body is not allowing that. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna go and take Tuesdays for recovery. But I felt guilty when I knew I felt okay and I felt like I should continue to come Monday through Friday because I've been doing it for so long. But when I left, after hearing that from him, I felt better, like weight has been lifted off of me, like it is okay. What is one day gonna do? You know, it's gonna help me if anything, cause I'm more recovered, I can relax more, and so I feel okay about that. So that was one of my things, is just trying to figure out how to recover or de-stress properly while doing this challenge. I think everything else, I'm just letting it fall in place.
So you're good with nutrition.
Not
We're
necessarily,
getting there.
but yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, cause I still have a hard time eating, not enough. And I always tell Dana, why is this scale going up if I'm not eating? So we're working on that, and today kind of freaked me out because I weighed myself. And I know I haven't been eating a lot, and just when I saw the scale, it scared me, and it made me almost actually convert back to saying, no, I need to work out on Tuesdays. Because I'm like, I'm creeping back up to the weight that I was before. If you give me 20 more pounds, I'll be there. And it scares me. So, I'm still working with the nutrition. It's the working out I don't have an issue with, it's the nutrition.
Go.
I actually came in doing nutrition first before I started working out.
Okay.
It's like I came in and talked to Nate first, and he was talking to me. He's like, you know what? I want you to talk to my wife first and get started with doing the nutrition first, and that's what I did. And when it came time for me to start working out, I moved on to working out, doing a semi-private first, and then for the semi-private, then I decided to come in and start working out. And that's what I've been doing so far, and I think it's working really, honestly.
I don't get a chance to really, because I'm in the morning, so I wanted to just see how y'all were doing.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Coach?
Good. Well, you had a really interesting revelation.
Yeah, no, I did, cause my fittest was like 2014 or 15, and obviously no kids. Justin was barely in the picture at that point, and I worked out 7 times. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, a week.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
was there every day. Played softball 3 to 4 times a week.
Oh, goodness.
Like I was in my 20s, like
Okay.
like little sleep. But then obviously, at the beginning of this year, I gained 5 pounds from January to February for literally no reason. Like after having Hudson, he was my heaviest pregnancy. And I only got to like 180, so it wasn't. I mean, for me that was huge. But when I came back down, I was 137. Don't remember what I was before kids, but and I stayed 137 since for 2 years, and then boom, January to February, I gained 5 pounds, and I was like, what in the world? And like I wasn't changing anything, like I was still doing just what we do all the time. So we started tracking, and we just lived normal life for like a week, and you know we're at birthday parties every weekend. We have t-ball, we have church, all things, and so we were looking at it, and we don't eat enough protein. Or at least I don't. My kids do. So like I make them sit down and like eat all their breakfast and all of the whatever. But I wasn't. I was just taking half of what they were eating, maybe. And that's what I was eating for breakfast. And then my lunch, if I could even eat lunch, was this big. And then my dinner was my meal, and that was it. So since then, Justin and I have been. He needs to lose weight, like he wants to. So we've been doing protein, and he's already lost 10 pounds.
See, that's
course
always
they
the
do.
guy.
But I'm back. I'm already back down to 137.
Really?
So and that's
Well,
only been what 3,
congratulations.
and I've been 137 since last week or whatever. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
needed to eat
that-
more protein, you need to eat more.
Apparently. So yeah, so that's been good. But yeah, we
Awesome.
still we'll be transparent. Like we eat Chick-fil-A. My go-to is always the grilled nuggets, anyways. But, yeah, because we're on the road a lot. Like we're not at a birthday party. We're in Byron at his parents' house, and they don't always cook, so we're always having to like go get food.
So that's every family, isn't it? It's not just mine. I used to think it was just mine.
It's
Yeah,
everybody.
so we have temptations all the time.
That's awesome, Ashley.
Yeah, so that's where we're at.
So you're mindful of it now? Is it a habit now for you to?
It's getting there. So we've like tried 3 or 4 different meals, and he's eating it. So like getting Justin on board is the hard part. The kids, like let's be real, Hudson's too. He ain't eat nothing. This morning or this afternoon for dinner, I made chicken and rice, and we put all this stuff in it. He ate the bread. I made bread because I knew he'd eat the bread. He wouldn't touch the chicken and rice, and so I made these cookies for him, and it's like some whatever cookie, I can't remember what it is. It's a good one. I know that. I read all the stuff. That Sweet Lawrence. It's that Sweet Lawrence one from Kroger. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen those.
So good.
I'm
Justin
not
says
gonna
it tastes
act
like
I don't get
sawdust,
it.
but it's
Tastes like sawdust.
but the kids wanted it, so I told Hudson, I was like, you have to go eat that chicken. Don't eat the rice. I don't care at this point. Just eat the chicken. He went over there and got like 4 fistfuls, and he's like, I was like, whatever works.
That's
Anyway.
true.
So yeah, that's our hard part. Is like just because I don't want to make multiple meals, and I'm not going to.
Right.
And so we make one, and you eat it, and they don't eat till the next meal.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah.
'Cause I could listen to whining for hours on end.
I was talking to another one of my clients this morning that's got 3, and they're 4, 6, and 8. But then it's the after-school activities, softball, gymnastics, and baseball, and hockey, and it's the totality of the time she was going to get for just herself today was her 10-minute shower.
I believe it. I believe it.
And so it's, the struggles are different everywhere where we're at, but it's, you know, finding the time to even meal prep some things. I'm like, okay. And honestly, this can apply to anybody's situation, and we talked a little bit about like meal prepping and things like that, because Sig's gonna have a different problem than we're gonna have, you know, you've got with families around and stuff.
I don't like old food, so I don't like milk, I don't like old, if I eat it once, I might
Yeah.
take it over to the lunch next day after that.
But
I
after
don't
you're
want
done-
old.
oh,
Yep. Ethan will not eat cold food
yeah,
at
he
all.
told me that.
So
Yeah, I was
all
like,
of his
oh,
food
wow.
has to be hot. Like I've got one kid who all of her food needs to be like fancy and pomp and circumstance, and then I've got one that doesn't even bother to heat half of her food up. But everybody's
I'm
different
going to pick
too.
up Riley,
Okay,
cause I don't have anything else to do.
okay.
Have
Love you
fun.
guys.
Tell them
But-
to say hello.
Cooking for one is just as hard as cooking for four, especially when you don't like leftovers. That's fantastic. Never underestimate
Oh,
a
that shirt,
Brenda.
you do have it on. I like it. You wore it.
That's badass.
Yes.
Bye, girls.
See you guys.
What we have to remind him of is that all women are badass,
I know,
more so than guys.
no.
What do you feel like has been your biggest struggle so far, or your
I
biggest
tracked
win?
one day, then I never tracked again, it's food, I don't track it, and I'm looking like, it looks crazy, it looks good for breakfast and lunch, dinner is totally crazy.
Crazy in what way?
I
Like,
have
does it-
food, I have, like, I'm like, good, I channel my mom, take the chicken out the freezer, it's there. So when I come home for the cookie, I come home like, I don't want that.
Okay.
You're one of those people that
I know
have to
that.
go
I go
back
get
and
some
wait.
ribs or something, I don't want that.
But now,
Oh, I forgot to tell you that's where your water was.
So yeah, that's me, I'm like, it'll be easier, so I'm like, even in my car, I'm like, oh, it's some ground beef, I'm like, I don't want that.
Mhm.
I don't wanna go home and cook that.
Mhm.
Now, if the chicken were
Already prepared and fried by Popeye, I would eat it.
I know what you're saying. I like that.
She always knows where I'm gonna go. I wasn't gonna say quite that, but like, maybe if we're talking, you know, chicken piccata or something, or even, God, what's something that you could do with ground beef that isn't spaghetti or a burger, or Mexican?
I would get ground, they put onions and season good. I
And
can
put a
get ground with
potato,
potato.
sweet potato or something with it.
Yeah,
that's
ooh,
right.
you
That's
got
right.
like a twice baked sweet potato, but you do that a lot for lunch.
Lunch for lunch, yeah.
Okay.
For lunch, 'cause it heats well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does. But I mean, like, and I know how to cook.
It's
I-
just not, you just not
I
what
get
you want.
want to, like, I'm off for work, I'm like, shoot, I don't wanna cook. Cause I think I miss being more people enjoying food with me. Most of my just rather just pick up and eat something in my, cause I think it's more of that. It's something I gotta work on.
I do a whole rotisserie chicken on Sunday, so that way we can eat throughout the week. Yes,
We do that sometimes too, but.
I mean, I made a roast, and so what I did, I know I don't like
Yeah,
old food, I made the roast, I put it into third, so I had a third, and I just put it in the freezer later on. I mean, it was a roast, but I'm not gonna want it the whole
Smart.
week.
That's a great idea.
I have all the things, I did a no shop, ate what I supposedly ate out my freezer, but I was eating off the streets.
Because I understand.
But you know what? Like, this is real
Real
life.
life, that's like-
It's
yeah.
like breakfast and lunch, I'm golden. It's like I got that planned at dinner, I'm like,
So
That's my
what
favorite.
what do you feel like would make it easier for? Sorry, I'm just realizing that I have
I
not.
think I need to hire a personal chef.
I was gonna say it for sure.
Do you know?
It's for dinner time only.
Okay. The two things that I would do if I ever won like obscene amounts of money.
Oh,
in
a
the lottery.
driver and a cook.
Yeah.
I hate drivers.
Nope, I wouldn't even hire a driver. Mine would be somebody to do my hair every day
Uh-huh.
and a chef. 100%.
Chef and driving too.
What would be, how could we make dinner easier for you that would actually make you want to eat it? Outside of it always coming from Popeyes or some other drive-through.
I guess, I mean, I don't make it that's too complicated, I just gotta just do it, because like I come from work, I just do not feel like going in that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanna clean it and put it away. I'm just being lazy, like, I think I'm high energy in the morning, then about 3 or 4, I'm like,
What about,
Well, I mean, think about it, you've already been up for 12 hours at that point.
I do crock pot more on the weekends, I can probably do more during the week.
yeah, cause then you don't really have to cook when you get home, you just take it out and serve it.
That's absolutely an
I
idea.
love that, 'cause I just do it on the weekend, like I do a
Yeah.
whole chicken, or I do a roast,
Mhm.
or, and I do enjoy my air fryer, so sometimes I will cup throw one of some of these quick steak bites or something. It
Or
just,
even if you have it prepared in the little dish to just, all you have to do is put it in the air fryer.
Yeah.
so just like how I do my crock pot, like sometimes, like on Friday, I go ahead and put it in my crock pot container and cover it and marinate, then I don't take it out till Sunday to actually put it in there. I already have the dishes and then actually do the dishes.
So while you're
That's an
motivated at 4:30 in the morning to be able to do this.
I do that, I'm good. And I am the kind of person to go to the gym every day, but I do different intensities. Like some days, like they're like, oh, she gonna get on the bike and be like, you gonna be done, like.
So, yeah.
It's a different, but.
I had to
part of my
tell
routine
Laquana that she was required to
yeah.
use her arms the other day.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because
cause I'm
she'll
like,
do
pussies.
this. And I'm like, no, baby, you actually have to do this.
So, but it's just a part of my routine, like my morning coffee coming to the gym. And just different days, I just know like, today I'm just gonna just.
Just
Different
get your
ways,
movement in,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's some additional options that you can do that would outsource dinner to a degree that would still also keep it super high quality. Publix, I know, has little pre-made meals that are, the brand is Eat Fresco. And it's a little bit of rice, it's a little bit of salmon, it's a little bit of chicken, it's a little bit whatever, that please God, just don't microwave it in the plastic, just dump it on a plate and microwave it or whatever.
You say eat fresco?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've done clean eats, I've done other things, so I've done, so,
Yeah.
and I was successful with those.
Kevin's Real Foods also has all of those like sous vide options where it's teriyaki beef. These might be easy for you too. There's several different kinds, and I found different ones at the Publix at the Pavilion than they even have at the Publix on the south side. And I'm like, damn it, if you're the same store, can
Why
y'all
don't
say
they-
shit?
and that's what I don't like. 'cause
They
you
don't,
have
they
to-
don't.
Right, you said Kevin's what now?
Kevin's Real Foods.
Okay.
They have,
Rice too.
yep, they have mashed sweet potatoes as a side, they have mashed regular potatoes as a side, they have riced cauliflower as a side, they have a whole, I saw it for the first time the other day, was like not a teriyaki, like a stir fry vegetable side that had chicken in it. They have a cilantro lime chicken that is to die for, they've got different beef options and all these things. And for you, I know because you don't like the drier meats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, remind me to tell you about how Riley like charred the chicken on the Blackstone. It's not even edible.
Oh my goodness.
They're all very like flavorful and
That chicken breast.
robust and like
Yeah, that's what I
sauced
was
and
thinking,
like in a healthy way and all that, because yeah, that took plain chicken to a whole different level. Kind of thing, where yes, it's still something that you have to come home and prepare, but it's literally like I open the package, I dump it in the pan, I heat it up, I put it on my plate, I eat it, kind of a thing. Where
That's what I like.
well, because we've also talked about like your evening routine to get you to wake up at an appropriate time you need the ease of that, which would absolutely be an option also, kind of thing. Those are pinch hits that are great for certain times, but then using some of those things too, of like, you know, for you and Al too, take something that's bigger, especially if you find it on sale, and then cut it up into smaller bits and shove it in the freezer, or for that matter, make a larger recipe, double up on things, and then throw a third of it or a quarter of it or whatever in the freezer, so that if it's a busy week, like your kids are coming into sports, my other clients' kids are in non-stop sports, and of course, you know, for baseball and softball, like it's practice one day, it's games one day, it's double headers, and it's so different than what I'm used to from a soccer perspective, because like once we get our practice times, they're set for the entire season. They'll change from fall to spring, but outside of that, that's simple, because then all I have to do is like move some clients around, like shift and stuff. But if you're in a place where you're either finding yourself not wanting to cook or do it later in the day, what are even some easier options? You know, if you like the pomp and the circumstance of something for breakfast that's fancier because you've got more energy, but then you're lower energy in the evening, what about doing something easy like an overnight oats or something for dinner, to where you're almost reversing the day and you're choosing the super simple option in the evening and the fancier option in the morning, kind of thing.
Or I could probably gonna go with Drain's house too. I do go there twice a week or so. I just say I'm visiting for that.
You go to where now?
My sister's house, like she works at home, she's always like, I made some salad, but she's like, I made this, and so I'm like, oh, let me take some of that.
I love that. Wow, those salmon bites you made look really good. Kind of thing. Elsa, what's your biggest win so far?
Well, I was struggling with the tracking. That was stressing me out. Weigh my food, and then, let's say if it weighs certain grams, certain grams, then I don't know how to put it in, you know, so now I went back to my fitness pal with more friends than the other one.
Okay.
So, I think for the past week, I'm doing better. But my issue is if I have breakfast, I'm not hungry during lunch. And if I have lunch, I'm not hungry during dinner, especially when I go home almost 8 o'clock, then I don't feel like eating. But I've listened to you, one day I didn't eat enough, I'm like, wow, I didn't sleep. And the next day, I'm like, oh my God, Dana's right. I'll make sure, I don't think I'm still eating enough, but I am getting better.
Nice. Let me ask you this, what time do you generally have breakfast?
Say 9 o'clock,
Okay, then what time would lunch be?
1 o'clock. But even if I have coffee, let's say if I have coffee or yogurt by 1 o'clock, I'm not that hungry.
It's that coffee.
Then I force myself to eat.
Trust me, it's that coffee.
my
LaQuanta,
decaf.
tell her why.
Decaf?
Oh, you have
Oh,
decaf?
decaf.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
do.
Oh, I was gonna say, cause baby, it would have me to where I wouldn't even eat anything all day
No,
long.
no. It makes me, caffeine does the opposite. It makes me so jittery, and then I wanna eat everything because my stomach feels like I'm
You need it, yeah.
I can't sleep then. So, so that's why I stay away from caffeine. But I think I'm doing better, but I could, this week I've been doing better.
Yeah.
I'm still having trouble with the tracking. I'm not weighing anything. I'm just not. I'm guesstimating and I'm not weighing, and I have trouble with the macros because
Yeah.
I like to eat fats.
Same.
I love butter.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with the butter.
I mean, butter makes everything better. It's kind of like bacon.
I get,
Yeah.
having more fat than I'm supposed to because I like avocado. I didn't use to.
Okay,
before.
avocado is never gonna be too much fat.
I didn't
And
use-
I need you to tell me more of having, what to you is I'm having more fat than I'm supposed to.
Because it shows, so let's say if I had fried eggs.
Yep.
Like for example, one day, I was so surprised, I had 2 fried eggs and a piece of bread. Then I have, 2 small cheese, then an avocado. And then when I took the picture, it says 800 something calories. I'm like, but then I said, okay. But then I'm full all day.
Like 800 calories total for the whole day?
Yeah, for the
But
breakfast,
not
but I had
keto.
too much care for breakfast. but then I don't feel like having lunch. You know, even for a whole day, if I drink water, I'm not even hungry for dinner, and I know that's not healthy.
That's probably why you're not tracking, it's not tracking correctly. You
No.
think-
Yeah, pull up that day and let me see that.
Cause, yeah, I mean, the facts, I get it, cause Dana had to tell me.
Yeah,
about the
but
same with
even
the eggs.
still,
But
like,
still,
2 eggs, did you eat a whole avocado or half an avocado?
Half.
oh, see.
Okay, that's
definitely
only like
that-
8 grams of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's-
2 eggs, a half of an avocado,
Cheese.
2 slices of cheese, or 2 like squares of cheese,
No,
or 2 string cheeses.
No, it's 2 slices of cheese, but I forgot what it's called. What kind of cheese is that? You know.
Havarti, Gouda, cheddar.
All of them.
I had ate that cheese out completely because I already knew that was one of my weaknesses, so.
That's, I think that would maybe be 35 grams of fat, which is not too much fat. Like, that's not even enough to run your hormones properly, let alone be too many calories. But 800 calories, y'all make me feel bad because 800 calories is like my breakfast.
How do I go back to the, let's say, last week?
Mine's like.
This- I'm doing.
Remember what you were gonna say, Mary Jo?
When
When
you
you finished talking, cause every, I'm related to it.
Which day do you think it was?
I wanna
Yeah, I wanna go
say
last week,
something.
next week,
Everybody's going through.
Because this week so
The
far, I'm
protein,
doing
the
good.
fats.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't
like the
have a problem
20th.
in my fats at all.
Same.
In fact, I go
There
way
isn't
over.
anything
I'm
that day.
getting my proteins, I have
Yep.
too many fats, I'm not really worried about the carbs part.
It's
Right,
me.
carbs are hit or miss for me.
Child.
Well,
I started
here's
eating
where our
rice.
eyes are very bigger than our stomachs in a lot of
It's
instances.
kind of going now.
I could never, I could never.
That's what I'm thinking. That coconut one is.
Mm.
Changes.
That's
Go figure. But no, I'm
No,
related to it.
that was the
Everybody says
22nd.
I'm like, oh,
Let me
yeah.
try to fit the, find it.
But
I
my,
can
like I have,
I
I
mean,
have a really hard time switching from eating homemade bread with butter on half of it, and then peanut butter, honey, and cinnamon on the other half. That's what I've had for breakfast for the last 3 years. And I'm
Sounds delightful.
I was gonna say, that sounds
really
Mhm.
good.
So
Okay.
you don't have
Was it
to
check
change that, we just
Yeah,
need more
I
protein with
just
that.
don't feel like I'm getting enough protein with that.
From that, you're not, you're getting
Yeah.
about 7 grams.
Cause I really, I mean,
Maybe
it's
8
just
depending
a
on what's in
slice
the
of bread that I cut in half.
Yeah.
I toasted.
Yeah.
I put butter on it because it's homemade bread, was better than homemade bread with just butter. And then I put peanut butter on the other half, and it fills me, it fills me up, that and a cup of coffee. And I'm filled up and that holds me until lunch, and so,
Could you do a protein shake instead of the coffee?
smells disgusting.
Coffee's so good though, is it too?
Or,
I mean,
Especially when
you
you
know,
start adding
protein
creamer and.
I mean,
cream
you
and
could
all
put
that.
some collagen protein in your coffee, where it's not gonna change the texture too much of the coffee, but it's gonna give you about 30 grams of protein in that to
Yeah.
add to it. And then you can still put your milk and whatever else in it.
Yeah,
That's a
I do.
potential option.
I do we have one of those big things of the French vanilla, whatever, Nestle, whatever it is, creamer. And so I do 3 squirts of that and a cup of coffee, and that's what I have. I have 1 cup every day. And then I have an Arbonne cup of tea with a fizz stick that I kinda nurse throughout the rest of the morning.
From a
Until lunch, yeah. Well, and then I have, my coworker gave me a Stanley bottle to keep at work. It's a 40 ounce, so I drink 40 ounces of water before lunch. And then I fill it up at lunchtime and finish it before I leave. So
Awesome.
my water intake is drastically increased.
I'm trying to find it on your page.
Yeah.
One thing that will help all of you
Because I know
greatly is front loading your protein for the day.
Yeah.
Right? The general rule of thumb is if you can get at least 40 grams of protein at a meal, let's say you eat 3 meals a day, okay? That's giving you a baseline of just meat sources of 120 grams of protein a day. Most of us, especially those of us who are above 40, that is, we need more protein daily to make sure that we're not catabolizing muscle quicker as we age. Because as soon as our hormones start to drop off, our bodies automatically become more breakdown oriented than build up oriented, okay? So we've gotta prioritize protein over all else. Now, do you get protein from vegetables? Absolutely. Are there trace amounts in rices and potatoes? Are there more in beans and lentils? Absolutely. Like, we can get more from those things, but if we're not getting at least that 40 at each meal, then we're setting ourselves up for faster protein breakdown later as we age. So I don't hate the bread side of that.
Yeah.
We're just missing the big piece that needs to go with it.
Yeah.
So if it is a hunger thing to begin with, then a couple of suggestions. I would cut the bread in half and alternate days, and one day do just the butter and the other day do the peanut butter and the cinnamon stuff, but then add something to it. Maybe it's like some hard boiled eggs and some egg whites, maybe it's a protein shake, maybe it's some like deli turkey meat,
Yeah.
you know, that's nitrate and nitrite free. Maybe it's a Breakstone single serving cup of cottage cheese or a plain yogurt or something like that,
Yeah.
just to
I
get
have
some in
done
earlier.
Some of those, egg bites, like you can get from, Costco or whatever, the frozen,
Yep.
like Starbucks, basically.
Yeah. They make a giant box of those at Costco, we
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah, I have done that, but then it's like, oh, I'm really full and I wanna just take a nap instead of working on my patient. So I guess I could do like cause it's a 2-pack,
Mhm.
and I eat 2 of those, and then if I eat my bread, I could just do away with.
Start with 1.5 of the bread
Yeah.
and see how you feel.
Yeah.
And then in because my goal too for all of you that are chronically under eating is that as we add food, you should be getting hungrier. What should also be happening is as you're getting hungrier, that's a signal for your body that it is safe to be able to release stored fat, and that rate will be going down as well, kind of thing, right? I mean, Ashley kind of set it as a perfect example, like, really, the only thing I've done is start to be more cognizant of eating more protein, and my weight's gone immediately back down. Would I love it to be that simple for everyone?
Oh,
Absolutely. For some of us it is, for some of us it isn't, and it depends, right? Because everybody's got something underlying in a lot of instances too, where if it's not a health challenge, it's maybe a mental challenge or something or other like that too, to just get us over that hump. The body's initial instinct when we aren't feeding it appropriately and we're, for lack of a better phrase, out kicking our coverage from a life perspective to our intake, the body's first response is to shut down hunger. So it's not abnormal that you're not feeling hungry. It's a direct response from your body basically saying, well, she's not gonna feed me anyway, so why bother telling her we're hungry? And so the body toggles that process down. It's exactly the same as that air conditioner. It's set to 68 degrees. It's not going to turn on until this room gets to 68 degrees. So as long as we keep it stable, it literally doesn't have to work. So when that starts to shut down, it's a normal response, but it's meant to be a single 15-minute long response where now people are living in that zone for forever.
I wanna be like, I'm always hungry. Like my track, I'm eating like 32. I'm eating.
Good, make sure.
I'm working out, so this.
I may wanna try something a little bit different with you though. And you're still doing a little like pre-breakfast before you come in and train, right?
I was not feeling well.
Okay.
My stomach was.
It was still kinda like funky
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah. But I
Unrelated to the other issue, or do you feel like it was kind of all
I think
intertwined?
it was all intertwined.
Okay.
And then like part of my thing was not to eat and work out. Like part of the thing, like I have to look at my acidic stuff, right, and not eating and then
Oh,
working
okay,
out.
that was what they wanted you to try.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, I guess I get it from that particular standpoint because they're assuming that if you eat before you work out, that it's like immediately pre-workout or like 30 minutes pre-workout.
Like 15 or so. But I don't wake up, like I do little meditation stuff, like I, so when I eat, I'm about to leave in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Gotcha. Sig's pretty much, Sig and Kirsten are the only two people whose commutes actually got longer to get to the gym
Yeah.
with this move versus shorter.
And Alicia, we live in the same,
Oh, Alicia lives over there too?
she does one call a day.
It got about 37 seconds longer.
It's got long because it's so dark in the morning, I can't see that little turn in the morning.
Mhm.
I go past after,
Just go
Monday and
to the
Tuesday, I
light
did-
and make a turnaround.
I
Yeah.
had to come back.
It's, I have to be careful now because we can come what I call the back way from our house, which literally puts you out on Callaway, so it's literally a turn straight in, and I'm having to like self-correct and actually go ahead and turn versus stay straight and go, yeah.
Your body on.
I'm waiting, there will be a day where I just zone right out and just go to the other one and be like, well, crap. It hasn't happened yet, but it will.
When I'm on, I eat about 200 grams of protein, like I'm tracking and I'm on it. Like
Mhm.
I'll eat 2 eggs, half cup egg whites, chicken, vegetables, berry fruit.
Yep.
Lunch, 2 mini lunches. Sweet potato chicken, sweet potato beef. Not 2 separate lunches. And I have crazy dinner.
Your idea of crazy is not necessarily as crazy as
I'm
it
like,
is.
public
You
service.
just being
That
like
sounds good.
done and ready to tap out and making decisions for the day.
I'm not like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, I'm hungry.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're hungry, you just don't wanna make the decision of what to turn the chicken into or what to turn the
Yeah.
beef into.
So
So
it's
it's-
like when I'm not as hungry.
it's not
Like,
a
all the
laziness.
time I wanna eat. It's like all the time I wanna eat.
I mean, that, if we're starting, do you feel like yours is coming more from like a food noise perspective where like it's craving driven, or do you feel like it's
And
just
even it's
like,
craving, because it's a sort of sweet salty. It's not like, oh, I just wanna be nutritious, eat whatever. No, I'm going for the sweet salty.
okay,
That's what I'm going for.
So that makes sense when you say, oh, I don't wanna eat that, when you have it put aside
yeah,
to eat for that night, and
I want all the
You don't-
processed,
yeah.
I want all the chemicals, I want all the stuff that I'm addicted to.
do you really feel like you're addicted to it though, or do you feel like it's like kind of
It's
just a
craving.
knee-jerk
I
reaction?
get like, I'm like, give me some processed something.
She got the, what do they call it, the
I want some
messages?
high fructose corn syrup in there, please.
If it's something kind of sweet that you're craving, like, I mean, would something like a cottage cheese fruit
I
bowl
know.
satisfy
Yeah,
something like that?
I choose that whole thing, but I do.
Or
I
even
gotta-
like if it's yogurt or
Yeah,
something like
I do.
that?
I do these, I know this is not beneficial at all.
Cause
So I
that-
do
that
my
has a lot
real,
of sugar.
Let me have that.
I do my real protein,
Toss
I'm
it.
scared to look and see
That
what's
has a
in
lot
it.
of sugar.
It does?
I think so.
But that's why I call it my dessert,
And,
and I don't,
and
cause,
it has lactose in it, I think.
Well, all dairy does.
What-
so, that's what I call for
I
my
like those
substitution of snacks, so, Dana, please don't tell me to stop eating that.
It's better than. it's
What
better
if
than
I
cookies.
told you if you did this yourself with separate ingredients that it would be less sugary?
It's a taste in there that's totally different from the Greek yogurts, and I don't know what that taste is, but that's what I like.
Well, cause they're pureeing the raspberries, they're not just putting them in it.
I don't know if it's the puree and the cause I get the different fruits too, I get blueberry, and I get the lemon and that flavor. But it's a taste in there, I don't know if it's necessarily even the sugar, it's a different taste in there.
It has gelatin in it.
I wonder if that's what it is. It's something in there that I like. It has this
So,
like a bitter
Here's
type
what I
of
will
sweet
say.
taste.
Here's what I will say, okay? This is grade A pasteurized whole milk. Not terrible. Wow. Fruit puree, which is raspberry puree, water, cane sugar, pectin, which is, it comes from apples and it's a thickening agent, lemon juice concentrate, locust bean gum, which it comes from a plant, vegetable juice concentrate for color, so that's great, they're not using a food dye in it. Now, does have natural flavors in it. In the United States currently, natural flavors can stand for about 3,000 different things, a lot of which are not in fact natural. But it's a catch-all, where there's a lot of stuff that kind of can fall in that because it's loopholed in, like grandfathered in. It also has some wildflower honey, some kosher gelatin, some more pectin, and obviously live active cultures that they're adding to it. So on the surface, this is not terrible from an ingredient standpoint. There are worse yogurts out there. Chobani is one of them. Yoplait
Oh,
is-
my favorite. And that brought mine too, and you did tell me to find something better. and
Chobani is
that's what I
absolute crap. Yoplait is absolute crap. Like,
Oh,
most of the main brands are absolute trash. Now, Sig is not wrong. This has 30 grams of sugar in it.
Cause I used to eat those and I'm like, ooh,
Now,
Hmm.
I like them.
at the surface though, is sugar bad? What is sugar, first of all?
That's when I was looking for my sugar because, I was pre-diabetic, I was following sugar, so that's why I got rid of it. Because that's something I was looking at, I was tracking sugar. That's why it was important for me to look at sugar, but.
That's really
Higher
the only sugar I
A1C,
get, though.
not directly linked to sugar in your food. There's probably something else going on for you that is driving overall body stress up from an inflammation standpoint. Fantastic. I mean, you could have been overeating carbs in general, which could create that, but my guess for you is that yours is being more leptin driven versus glucose driven, especially if like you're not really ever feeling satiated, because leptin resistance is a thing. In the grand scheme of things, sugar is the most simple form of a carbohydrate. A baked potato breaks down into a simple sugar. A lentil, a bean breaks down into a simple sugar. Lettuce breaks down into a simple sugar.
What? I didn't even think about it.
Well, because all vegetables are still carbohydrates. Do they have fiber in them that slow the digestive process so that your glucose isn't spiking up instantaneously post-meal? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, sugar is your body's preferred means of energy. You need carbohydrates in order to function. Your brain alone requires anywhere, current research is a little bit conflicted, anywhere from 100 to 150 grams a day of carbohydrate. The day you showed me just a minute ago, you had 62 total for the day. That's not even enough to run your brain, let alone your eyes and your heart and your stomach and your lungs and your pancreas and your liver and your gallbladder and your urinary tract and all of that, let alone think clearly, right? So this is not terrible. In your particular situation where we have spent months barely eating at all, I would say this is absolutely fantastic for you.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
for
You guys say, oh, thank you, that's my
Now,
snack.
here's where we wanna look, okay? Overall, alright, I always want your focus to be nutrient driven and not just calorie driven. I do not give a hairy rat's patootie that this has 260 calories in it. That's irrelevant. I don't care. I care more that it has 11 grams of fat. I care more that it has 31 total grams of carbohydrates. I care way more that it has 11 grams of protein. And the thing that I would love it if it had more of is fiber. This only has 1 gram. Now granted, they're using a raspberry puree. They're using lemon juice. So there's nothing really in this that's supposed to have fiber because it doesn't have more fruit, it doesn't have more vegetables.
Okay,
That's
that's
what
what
we
you
get
I've
our
been doing, just so you know.
Yeah.
So like I just had, whatever fruit that if I'm eating raspberry, I'm adding frozen raspberry in it.
Oh, you're adding more to
So
it.
I do, so like I buy the frozen fruit, so if I'm eating a blueberry, I'm adding frozen blueberries. So I just had frozen raspberries in that.
If you're gonna zhuzh this up, it needs to be in both ways. So I want there to be more protein in this and there to be more, fruit and fiber.
Okay.
So that's perfectly fine, but this would be where I would add like a protein powder of some kind.
Okay.
Well, sorry ladies, we have
Okay, I'm about to
to.
go.
Your job is to eat regardless, okay? Now, that being said, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're truly having to force feed themselves. You can go out eyeballing.
Okay.
I think they still have the doors open, okay? But your job is to eat, Elsa.
All right, I will.
That's how we lose fat for you, is
Okay.
eating more. Can I chuck
You
this or
sure
am I
can. That would be
good
nice.
to put it right there?
Hey, I feel good to know that.
Protein, protein, protein. However,
That protein
if
powder.
you're not actually weighing anything, then our awareness is still kind of skewed. I don't care about the eating out when you're out of town, like none of that's ever gonna be accurate.
I would say it took me about a week to realize, like, even my salad dressings, all this stuff, just to see what I really was putting on there.
Yeah.
And I went and got a $10 little scale at Target, and I've been using that, and now I don't really, track anymore, cause I know now, I'm like, whoa, what I was putting on it before was this, and now when I put it on the little scale, I'm like, oh, this is 30 grams, and then
Yeah,
now
I'm
I have a
doing
better
more
eye.
like by tablespoon or by cup or by,
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
Rather than weighing it.
Or we can make our own,
You can,
like you told me
absolutely.
that.
But I
She
mean,
said
I'm
make our-
tracking, but I'm just I'm not weighing,
like
I'm
it.
doing more like a cup of this or
But are you actually using a cup, like a measuring cup for it, or are you
some
guessing?
things, but not everything,
Your eyes are always gonna be bigger than your stomach.
yeah.
So, at least for a short period of time, like, I'm not opposed to you using a tablespoon if you're actually using a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Versus like a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Because it's never, I mean, like, when I realized what 2 tablespoons of peanut butter was, I don't think I've ever been so pissed off in my whole life. I was like,
sad.
what?
I know.
That's, no,
Like,
it is
peanut
far
butter is
smaller than
that
you think it
rich?
is. It is far smaller than you think it is, which is crazy town.
I got you a tablespoon of peanut butter, that's all I have.
Right,
Really? I could eat a whole.
I
Just
can
get a
too.
tablespoon,
Don't
and
make
do
it.
it, and eat it off the spoon.
Just think about the peanut butter sandwiches I used to make. I used to put both bread.
Yep,
just
same.
Smear it everywhere.
Granted, I eat so much.
Making me think about memory down memory lane.
Yeah.
Put that jelly on there. get
So
your cup of milk.
I gained at least 62 pounds when I was pregnant with Riley, and the majority of that weight came from peanut butter and jelly. I didn't even need the bread, y'all. I just took the chickens and I put that shit in a bowl and I filled it up like it was a bowl of cereal. Multiple times a day. It was
Wow.
obscene. It was absolutely obscene.
Ah, that's funny.
I haven't been tracking, so I'm gonna start tracking. I gotta start mine.
Well, here's what I want to achieve for you. Because you know how to structure a meal. You know how to eat in a structured fashion. You have the timing down and all of those kinds of things. Yes, I want you to kind of gain some awareness for yourself in 2 ways, right? When you're not being satiated by something, I want you to ask yourself why and kind of dig a little bit deeper. Because if you're eating the chicken and the sweet potatoes because you think they're healthy, and you're eating the sweet potato and the beef because you think it's healthy, and you're, the 2 eggs and all of those kinds of things because you think they're healthy, I want you to actually discern whether or not you're being gratified by that in some way. Because for as much as food is our fuel, and yes, it legitimately is the gas to our car and we shouldn't care, we are the only, I think it was you and I that was talking about this last week,
Mhm.
we are the only animals on the face of this earth that also have a choice. And we get to choose what it is that we like to eat. A cow is like grass, fucking rock out. You know, a cow is, or whatever else, a fish is like algae, cool, rock out. A fish is never gonna swim around and be like, wow, that eel looks kind of good, I'm gonna go back today, right? They have a one-track mind. They eat that and that is it. And we have choices, and I want us to be able to own that. I've told every single one of you in this room, I don't care how good for you green peas are, you're not gonna pay me to eat that shit. I don't care how good they are for you. But at the same time, there are 12,000 other things that can give me the same nutrients as those green peas do.
Mhm.
So is that disconnect for you that causes you to hop on, fall off, hop on, fall off, hop on, fall off? Is it coming from a place of that you're eating the things that you think are healthy, but you're just not getting enjoyment from it?
I eat the things, and then when I eat that way, my stomach is calm,
Mhm.
and I'm not like blowing up gas in this room. And so I do end up feeling better when I eat those foods.
Okay.
So I feel better, but, it's enough when I'm all alone, it's like, I'm just like,
I get bored and eat,
Emotional.
find something to do. It's real, literally, I was thinking about it this, like, the last couple of weeks. Like, why do I want these, I'm not even hungry. I'm bored. It gives me something to do while I'm.
I'll try to figure out what I like. I might try, I don't really like the cold vegetables, I'm not really a salad person, I like hot. But I do
Fantastic.
like green beans, and I do like peas, but.
Eat them. Please eat them for the both of us, and I will eat salad for the both of us, and we'll both be happy.
I think they're sweet, but anyway, but yeah, I just gotta just do it because once I do it, then it'll become a habit. I'm just in a bad rut of habit of just.
I just want it to turn into a habit that,
Be cooking at home, enjoying the colors and the flavorful of the food, basically summer's coming.
Yeah.
Like, there are the fruits and vegetables and squash, I love squash, summer squash.
hell
And
yeah.
it is all cheap and plentiful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, this probably just cooking. I enjoy food, not to eat, just, I'm just like, I'm just bored, but just like, I don't always enjoy cooking just for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy more cooking and like, oh, you coming over or something.
Oh,
To the
okay.
strange-
All right, guys,
It's good.
twice a week we're taking a field trip to Snake's house to get a meat.
Yes, so she can cook.
But I
Enjoy
also want, all that to say too, like explore that side of that, but I also want you to explore other options that limit your decision fatigue at night, because I think that's a big, it has absolutely nothing to do with laziness, so stop calling yourself lazy. You think about how many decisions you have had to make before 4 p.m. You're done. Like, everybody gets to a place in time in the day where you're just done and it's time to stop making decisions. So if that is the thing, then let's figure out how to make it as easy as possible so that you don't have to go home and try to make another decision, because that's what the blocking factor there is.
She gave me some good hints, like I can slow, I do love my, I can
Slow
slow cook
cooker?
during the
Absolutely.
week.
Yep.
I do this day for the weekend, so I'm gonna try that and then finish it
I think that's a great idea.
Cause if you come home and it's all you have to do is just dish it out.
And the house already smelling good and I'm.
Right, and then you didn't have to make the decision, which is fantastic. So
So
let's
let's try, do that once a
Yeah.
week.
let's
I
try
have
it.
a hard time doing that because I'm not functional in the morning.
Well, I do the day, I do the night before, like mine, go take out the things, I make all my stuff and I put the saran wrap on, put it in the refrigerator, so when I wake up in the morning, I get it in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I am about to.
No, go. You need to go to bed.
It's always nice to see, but no, doing my
Less
whole routine,
decisions.
that was a Vaseline on my feet.
I love that color on your toes.
Moisturize and shower, that's all this stuff.
All the things for the nighttime routine.
I wanna know how you just, she told you at the other meeting that we had over there that you needed to switch your things around and eat less fats. Were you able to do that?
Yeah, so it's working well.
Easy.
It never, I mean, he's so consistent.
Y'all, he's also 22.
So like,
No kids, not married.
Yeah. for me, like, I already knew my fats were too high, and going into the meeting, I was already mentally prepared to be told that. Like, I was like, yeah, I know.
Sorry.
No.
I love how all of y'all know what I'm gonna say before I say it.
I know.
Shit, am I that predictable? Damn.
But a lot of the stuff is just like, instead of chicken thigh, eat the chicken breast.
Same.
Buy the low-fat cheese instead of the normal cheese, and that kind of thing.
For yours, it's a little bit different though, because like you gravitate towards the chicken thigh because it will actually get you to eat it. Ethan doesn't care chicken thigh to chicken breast. It's a purposeful toggle in his point to get
More cheese.
the under
Exactly.
to kind of keep a glass ceiling. For you, it's if I have to eat chicken breast, I just won't eat. Which is the other portion of the problem. So like, it's the reason behind the decision is slightly different in that particular instance.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
like-
like,
I like chicken thighs better too, but I'm that crazy ass weirdo that gets the kitchen shears out, that hacks all the excess fat off of it. I mean, I literally pull the whole darn thing apart. So it takes 7 times longer to even prep it to cook it, and I'm like, I ain't got time for that. That's why it's easier. But keep going.
why can't you have chicken thighs? Or why are you like worried about it?
She's not. It's a dryness thing, and she just won't eat it.
Then just eat the chicken thigh.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Cause like I still have chicken thighs.
I do, but I
Yeah.
think my fat contents out there looking at, tracking it, is high. I
Is
eat
it
a
high?
lot of fats.
Is it high?
It seems like it's
What was the last number you saw?
like 117 or something like that.
Let me see.
117.
I feel like you tracked that wrong.
I don't know, Dana.
Mine
Are
is
you-
like off the chart, 110%, that's today.
I mean, well, see, that's what I
What
need. Maybe
number, though?
117%, something
How
like that.
many total grams of fat though?
Please
82.
remember what you're about to say, because I want to hear what you
82, right? Is the first number?
Yes.
93 is my protein, 130 is my carbs, and 82 is my fats.
So relative to your protein intake, I would like to see fat come down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that could simultaneously be choice and amount.
You looking
Yeah.
pretty good. Thanks.
But
Yes.
like
Oh,
for
see,
y'all
look at
to,
there. Fat, 209%. I'm up there.
but what it's not the percentage, it's whatever made up number.
yeah, it's the
per-
This
total
is one
number.
of the numbers. This is one of the days.
104.
Yeah.
But you have it set at 50, right, which is low. Well, she spent the last half of the year not eating
Eating,
anything
so I'm
at all.
trying to.
No,
Okay. So why are your carbs so low?
because this is the.
That's one of the days. So go over some. Look, you just some days it's like I got it. Some days I did not. So
But like also remember for like fat and like all macros and stuff is toggleable.
Did you actually eat 370 grams of chicken thighs? There's no way you
Okay.
put that in your mouth.
listen, I put it on the scale and I weighed it.
Bone
two of
in
them,
or bone
two.
out?
Bone in.
That's it.
Oh, that's the problem.
Oh, I was like, no, I was.
I already I was like, I know.
So here's what you have to do, okay?
You already knew.
Yeah. I'm like, there is no possible way you ate it. You're like, I can barely make it through this yogurt. There's no way you're eating 370 grams. So what you have to do in that instance, especially if it's a like a wing or something like that, there's like no way to do that.
Because it was fat.
You're
on
You're
there,
gonna
too, and
have
I
to go
pulled the
back
fat
and weigh the
off.
bones later.
Oh, okay. And what
And
about
then
the
do the
fats
math.
too? Because I mean, I know
No,
the one
that's
I
why
tried-
your fats are too high. You didn't eat that much fat.
Right, because I
Like you
pulled that
probably
off.
had
so-
about 100 grams of actual meat, and there's 270 grams of bones left over.
Oh.
So yeah, that's a scenario where
No, I said,
when you
oh
do
my
that,
goodness.
you've got to eat it, weigh it, eat, reweigh the bones, take
And
away
so
the math.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no way.
Okay. I was like, yes, it was. I put it on the scale. I saw
No,
that.
but that's also improperly skewing your protein because you didn't get 100 grams of protein from that. You might have gotten like 30.
That is the hardest thing. I'm gonna probably go back to what I was doing before, adding in I call it my snack or protein shake.
I mean, it would not be a bad idea to have one.
So, yeah.
Because, I mean, in that kind of a case, right, what was it that we looked at the other day that you had mistracked it to?
Oatmeal.
And when we went back and did it right, it was like, oh, wow.
The
I'm
oatmeal, I was tracking the oatmeal cooked instead of raw.
Well, as long as like you track it as the cooked one instead of the raw one.
Correct, but she wasn't.
So I was doing the opposite measure.
But actually, to your point though,
I'm gonna do it
like,
again, don't say it again.
if all you needed was a situation
I'm sorry.
awareness to see where your eyes were bigger, I mean, like, condiments are difficult. Salad dressings are the worst. Olive oils and like those kinds of things, or even something that's a higher fat food like an olive or like nuts and seeds and things like that. Like the portion sizes there are significantly different than, of course, everyone wants more salad dressing on their salad.
Right.
Like, what's not to like? Of course I want more barbecue sauce on my, you know, whatever else. But those are the things that sneaky that add up. So if all that needed for you was the awareness of like, wow, I'm only getting half the protein that I need, and wow, I'm getting way more salad dressing than I need, and you were able to toggle those two things in a short period of time, maybe that is all you need, right? Now, if we want to get like, you know, super, super shredded and see 6-pack abs, then we get a little bit tighter, but like, if
So
it
it's
was-
like, I need a little stuff in there. Just a little bit. I wouldn't even know how to act if I had saw my stomach. I was like, what?
What helps me is finding like food that I would already eat and figuring out how to make it work.
Ooh,
Cause like,
tell them more.
so like,
Yes, tell me more.
for breakfast, right? So like, instead of having like a turkey sausage or chicken sausage, when I knew how to cut the fats, it's like, okay, let's go to ham. And you just buy high quality ham. And then instead of like all eggs and whole eggs, do 2 eggs and some egg whites.
It's what I've been
Because like,
doing.
you can slam egg whites. Like, you could eat the whole carton. And it'd be like 200 calories.
I get the mini cartons
Yeah.
and I basically have the entire thing.
Do you? Because I use the 3 tablespoons with this half one. Now you're making me want to just scramble it all in one.
If you'd eat it, eat it.
So 300.
But also, you're not eating them. Eat eggs. Eat whole eggs. Who cares?
I've been doing 2 eggs with the 3 tablespoons of egg whites.
No.
So just go through
Do
it.
2 eggs with like a whole cup of egg whites.
Okay.
But then put butter in the pan so that they don't stick.
Yeah.
And then that way we're getting a little bit of the egg yolks and we're getting a little bit of butter, so the fats are coming back up to hedge the more egg whites, but then you're still getting way more protein than fat.
Did you teach Coach Ethan this stuff? Cause you know it.
I've been working with her since I was little.
Cause he's just spitting it out like what?
2017. Because I started high school in 2018, and it was the year before that.
Oh my goodness. He's just giving us all these grand ideas. I'm like, now how do you know all of this?
Trial and error.
Trial and error, the willingness to I mean, you're looking at one of the most intrinsically motivated people I've ever met.
Yes, I know.
But then also like willingness to cook for himself as a teenager, which is unlike any boy I've ever met. I mean, hell, it's unlike both of my kids. Well, Riley aside, because you know she wants to be Wolfgang Puck, but then not use a recipe. God help her. But it's also trialing and erroring too, and it's kind of figuring it out as you go along. But like, I'll use Chris Hurd as a great example. Back in the day, I think it was
It was 18ish.
It had to have been 17,
It was right
18,
around-
because we
still
had
was-
just,
yeah.
we'd just gotten the new side of the gym built when he and Matthew joined. And it was a very, very simple thing where he was tracking bagel, but he wasn't weighing the bagel. And that's the tricky stuff with any processed food of like slices of bread.
Cause it's not
Even they don't all weigh the same, and they don't weigh what the package tells you that they weigh. Even an RX bar says that it's 52 grams, and I will regularly take those out of the container and weigh them, and you'll get one that weighs 52. Rarely. You'll get one that weighs 48, and I'm like, you shorted me 4 grams on this food? What? Or you get it and it weighs 53, or you get it and it weighs 51. That 1 gram of food actually makes a difference. And so for Christopher in that situation at the time, just tracking what that bagel actually weighed.
It's the Dave's bagels.
Yeah.
They're heavy for some reason.
Yeah, they are.
Went from not, like the scale hadn't moved in like 3 weeks to I dropped like 6 pounds in the next month kind of
Wow.
stuff. And it's those little things like that. Like,
That's the only bread I'll check is Dave's bread, because it's just always wrong. Everything else I'm like, eh. But Dave's bread, if that's what y'all buy, is consistently just
incorrect.
high.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I would say Wonder Bread is probably like, could potentially be the most accurate. But you can assume anything. Honestly, like, remember those Lorna Doone 100 calorie packs that were like super popular in the late 90s? suckers were good.
They are good.
I can
Okay.
guarantee you that they don't weigh what they say they're gonna weigh either. Or like, you know, the mini things of graham crackers that you get for the kids and all of that kind of stuff. They're gonna be, they're gonna swing, you know, 2 to 3 up, 2 to 3 down. And that's great. Now, okay, I'll give you today as a scenario. I was I think my hair appointment took like 6 hours. And I brought food with me. I actually still have part of it in the car because what I thought she had as a microwave was the thing that cleans the hair stuff.
Yeah.
And I
know
couldn't
what
heat it
you're
up, and I wasn't about to eat that
Uh-huh.
cold. And so that became dinner. And I ate my other meal, which was raw. It was all like raw veggies and lunch meat and stuff because it's easy to eat when your hair's in foils. But I was so bloody hungry on the way home that I stopped and grabbed Starbucks and grabbed one of their little Gouda sandwiches kind of thing because I was way short on carbs so far for the day. And I was like mad level hungry at that point. Well, when you go into the app and you do Starbucks egg Gouda sandwich or whatever, I mean, every Starbucks orders the same thing that comes from the same company, so you know those suckers are all pretty much the same. It says it weighs 120 grams. Did I weigh it? No, because I was in the car. So cool, we're gonna roll with that and assume. But what if mine had like the extra big piece of bacon on it? Or what if mine had like the slightly smaller piece of egg because it missed quality control, like the rings we hung up yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Who cares? Who cares? It'll be fine in the grand scheme of things. But the point to that is also if I'm doing that every single day, then it's gonna add up. If I do it the one day I go to Bob's Burgers or Barbecue and Beer, what was it, Bob's or Bill's?
Billy's barbecue.
Billy's, okay.
Barbecue and beer.
Was it good?
I mean, for the food that no, it really wasn't.
If we're managing our expectations, maybe, but I don't know.
I mean, the fried pickles were pretty good. I don't eat mushroom. Well, I don't eat fried mushrooms, but the burger was something to be desired.
The last time I had fried pickles was the day Riley was born.
I love fried pickles. Really? I like fried a lot of things.
You can air fry them.
Fried
Yeah.
fish, it's not the same.
I mean, I'm not gonna make them.
My daughter gets the air frying chicken and all that, and I'm like, you can't add no flour and grease to it, and just.
Do you guys like chicken nuggets and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So just take like ground chicken. What I do is I roll it into like a stick shape, and you like toss it like egg, flour, and then like cornflakes, and throw it in the air fryer, and you have a crispy chicken stick.
I would call that cereal chicken. My brother named it when we were kids.
So when I was younger, we did cereal chicken. You put all that shit in the Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Oh wow, never had that.
It's
It's just
very
chicken.
interesting. I'm not a fan of the
Okay,
froth,
I
of
can
the
try that.
flakes portion of it because it has just that hint of sweet in it, but it definitely adds a little bit of a zing kind of stuff. But yeah,
So regular flour, coconut flour.
Flour.
coconut flour is gonna take way too much liquid.
Yeah.
And it will be very weird. For you,
Oh, I don't eat that at all because it's gluten.
they make a gluten-free panko that's actually pretty legit. I don't hate it. And then you can do like an egg white wash or a whole egg wash, or you can even do something like there is a pan-fried tilapia recipe that we used to eat a lot. That is, you take Dijon mustard and smoked paprika and garlic as the instead of egg, and you smash up a whole bunch of almonds, and you put the tilapia in the Dijon mustard and sauces, and then you roll it in the almonds, and then you pan fry it in coconut oil. It's very high in fat, but holy crap, that's good.
It sounds good.
It's
You could toast
good.
the almonds early too.
Oh, I
And-
never tried that, but that's a great
All
idea.
ideas, I'm telling you.
That's a great idea.
Make sure you
remember
come
when
to
I
every
found
meeting
that.
we have now. Cause you're just throwing it out there. Look, he's just throwing everything out there.
I like finger foods and stuff. So like, when you strip down what you like from a restaurant, just think about like, is this actually bad for you? Or do they just throw it in a deep fryer so it's bad for you? Chicken nuggets aren't bad for you. They just throw it in deep fryers every time so it's bad for you.
That's like fries. I mean,
Yeah.
a fry is a potato, just shaped different. That's not bad for you. It's the oil and crap that's bad for you.
Right.
Just like coffee. Like what you put in it is what makes or breaks it.
Like I was on spring break, what was that, 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? 2. And like, I saw a recipe for like crab rangoon, and I was like, I could do that. And so instead of buying the full fat cream cheese, you buy the Newfoundland cheese. And then you, instead of just having crab in it, you get another meat source in it. That's gonna be a lower fat to combat that. So like, I did salmon, salmon was high fat, but tilapia, shrimp, that kind of thing. You throw it all in there, throw it in a tortilla shell, air fry it. You have a delicious, high protein lunch that feels like you're eating trash.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
That's some stuff my daughter does. She makes these tacos and I saw her putting the Greek yogurt in it instead of sour cream and
Yeah.
she does all that. I'm like, who taught you all this stuff? Cause it
Pinterest.
wasn't me.
I say,
And Google.
One of the girls at work is, she's doing a dish of veggies, like just veggies and dip, and her dip is, cottage cheese with ranch seasoning.
Oh, get out.
The
I know I'm
Kinder's
gonna try that.
dry packets of ranch seasoning are legit. We've been making our own ranch at home using buttermilk and low fat sour cream, and the Kinder's like dry ranch packets. Oh, that's some good stuff. And it's higher protein, lower fat, and it's a salad dressing. So I'm like, bam.
Yes.
That sounds good.
I used to be the queen of using hummus as a salad dressing, though, because you get a little bit of healthy fat. It still coats everything really good, and then Ethan would never do that. But you don't eat cold food.
I'm doing hummus with
I don't like
carrot
hummus.
sticks.
No, that's fantastic. Hummus is also very easy to
taste, or
overeat.
is it earthy
Yeah, I
taste
get
or
the
something?
little-
Something
If
I
they
like.
put
Oh, okay,
some-
the single serve ones.
Single
Yeah.
serve ones, yeah.
Awesome.
Mine was the red pepper. Yeah.
See, y'all know how to dress it up. Cooking and eating is not my thing. I don't like it. I don't care to like it.
Do you have a crock pot?
I do.
Crock pot stuff.
I will. I will start using all of my
Keep
things that
it
I have.
simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Like sheet
Yep.
pan meals.
Yeah.
Take a cookie sheet, put meat on one end, potatoes in the center, vegetables on the other end, slam that crap in the oven and cook it. And then literally you just, one day that's chicken, maybe it's a pork loin, maybe it's a piece of salmon, maybe it's a piece of tilapia, maybe it's some shrimp. Maybe one day it's red potatoes. Maybe the next time it's gold potatoes. Maybe the next time it's sweet potatoes. Maybe the next time it's, well, you can't really do rice. Oh, I guess you could do rice in the oven, but that would be weird. A bean of some kind, and then you just switch out the
I have rice in the
vegetables.
oven right
In the oven?
No.
How do you do that?
now. You water, tinfoil, and like a big
Look, I
tinfoil
think he
thing.
knows it all.
In the oven?
You gotta use jasmine rice.
Yeah.
Oh, see, tell us about it. I'm telling you, that's my favorite jasmine rice.
Well, it's yummy. That's new and different. Okay.
I got a question. So I'm not gonna describe what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
If you could have all oven, right? All you do is you put some stuff in a bowl and you mix it, and that takes about 6 minutes, right?
Mhm.
You put it in the pan and you bake it for 12. You pull it back out. You put a couple things on top of it, and then you put it back in. Is that too much work? Okay, you just made pizza. A high protein pizza dough. You're done. You just had pizza.
I could get Zion on this stuff.
Yeah.
He needs to be, kids are
How's he
far
doing?
more likely to
He's
eat
doing
something that they had a hand in preparing.
He's been asking to come. I told him we were moving, get us time to get settled before he starts running around with all this stuff around.
I guarantee you where we will find him is right there.
Yep.
Say, my kids are in here
Like,
on
yo,
Monday,
that's
they're like,
right.
are you Jim?
Playing
We're
on
like,
the phone.
"Run."
Oh, they were such a help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what he'll be.
You'll be right here playing on that phone,
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
friends.
I'm gonna check into that pizza.
Um,
Okay, this was very good today. I like that.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we'll just get over those right here, and I'll deal with them tomorrow.
Okay, you already know. I want everybody to take a picture with me. This is my birthday picture.
Yes!
Oh, it is. Happy birthday!
Yes, looking awesome.